Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, it's important to recognize our sponsor, OnPay. Without them, we could not be sharing these stories. Today on Atlanta Business Radio, we have Lori A. Manns with Quality Media Consultant Group. Welcome, Lori.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Tell us a little bit about Quality Media Consultant Group. How are you serving folks?
We are a business consultancy firm specializing in media, marketing, and sales solutions for small business success. So we're basically helping entrepreneurs and small business owners to use media, advertising, and marketing solutions so that they can increase their sales and get better outcomes in business.
So how'd you get into this line of work?
I became a business owner in 2009, and it was after I was downsized from my corporate job where I was basically in the media and marketing industry. I worked in radio for 19 years. And so I decided that I wanted to help entrepreneurs and small business owners to navigate the world of media and advertising and learn how to leverage it to increase their brand footprint in the marketplace so that they could really authentically connect with their target market and essentially position themselves for bigger impacts and profits.
So now, what are some of the mistakes you see small to mid-sized business owners making?
One of the things I see is they try to target everyone rather than niching to a specific audience. And when you have a brand that you're trying to promote in the marketplace, the most important thing that you have to do is distinguish yourself as different and or unique than your competitors. And so when you do that, it is something that is going to set you apart. And those people who you have targeted in a specific area or a specific niche are going to be really impressed and impacted by your messaging because they're going to see how you're different than the other guys and they're going to want to connect with you, especially if you have, specified a really particular group that you can help.
Now, is that something that when you're explaining that to new clients that seems counterintuitive to them, that they think, well, everybody can buy my stuff, so why would I not talk to, all these people over here?
Yeah, it's definitely counterintuitive to people because they don't want to leave anyone out. And they feel like opportunity to reach a lot of people is going to increase their chances to get sales. But when you're a small fry in a big frying pan, you can't compete with everyone else that's in the frying pan. Or when you're a small fish in a big ocean, you can't compete with everybody else who's in the ocean. So you have to learn how to stand out. And the only way that a small business owner or an entrepreneur can stand out is to try to talk to a specific group of people with a specific problem that you can help them solve or a specific, scenario that they're challenged by in business that you specialize in. And to be very honest, it was counterintuitive for me as well, because even though I came from the media industry where everything in media was predicated on who the target market is, what demographic are you going for? In radio, we had demographics that were general, like there was adults 25 to 54. That was the money demographic. Well, as you can just, observe from that age range, 25 to 54, that's a lot of people. And the 25-year-old is different than the 54-year-old, but that is a standard demographic in the media industry. And so what I had to learn as a business owner was that even though I had been accustomed to, looking at audiences with standard demographics, that doesn't always apply in business, because sometimes you want to look more closely at characteristics and buying habits and psychographics as opposed to demographics. Because when you're a small business owner, it's the psychographics. It's like why people do what they do, right? What are their behavioral patterns? Why do they buy what they buy? And when you start targeting a specific group of people, then they typically have some things in common. And once you find out what those commonalities are, you're able to market to those things, differentiate yourself, and, set yourself apart from the competition.
Now, are your clients typically ones that have worked with other marketing consultants and agencies, or are you sometimes the first expert that they've started working with?
It's really been the gamut, to be honest with you. I have been the first consultant, strategist, coach, mentor that some folks have had. And then I have also been the middle or the last that some folks have had. It just depends on what stage that they're in their business when they find me and find my company. And so we work with experienced entrepreneurs and business owners who have been in business for a while, but we also work with those who have been in business for a couple years. So back when I first started, I wanted to work with startups. And then I quickly understood that that was not my niche. And so I developed marketing strategies that would help me to attract people who had been in business for at least 5 years or more, and were just looking to grow what they had and leverage what they had to a new level.
Now, what is the pain that they're having? Are they plateauing? Are they struggling in sales? Like, what is the pain that your client is having right before they call you?
Yeah, the pain that they're having is that they're struggling with the plateau. They're struggling with the fact that they're making money, but they have reached an area where they're trying to grow and it's not coming as easily or as predictable as they wanted it to. And so they are trying to get to that consistent, predictable income and cash flow that they can pretty much understand that this is how much they're going to be able to make every single month. And so they're looking for some consistency in their revenue, cash flow, and income. And they know that mastering their marketing and mastering their sales and leveraging media is one of the best ways to do that. And so that's what they come to me for.
Now, do you have any kind of success stories or work that you're proud of that you moved a client to the next level? You don't have to name their names or anything, but maybe just tell the story about how you were able to help them grow.
Oh, yeah, I have several. Many. Over the 12 years that I've been in business, I've had success stories every year of entrepreneurs and small business owners that have either worked with me one-on-one or in one of my group programs. And I can think of several. One was a realtor who came to me and had basically plateaued in her business and was not able to get past like $150,000 a year. And other people that she knew were making, upwards of $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 and selling $1 million homes. And she wanted to be able to do that as well. And so we worked together to come up with a marketing strategy and sales plan that got her out there in front of her ideal clients. And while she was working with me, she was able to get leads for a multi-million-dollar home, ended up getting the listing for that home, and sold that home to one of her clients. And also, after we worked together, she was able to get another $1 million listing. And I also have had clients in the industry of printing. They were able to grow their business to $1 million business after implementing some of the marketing strategies that I taught for their business. And I've had a host of other small business owners, one specifically a woman who does certifications and works with nonprofit organizations. She was able to get a high 5-figure contract after ending one of my programs. And the list goes on and on. There's so many entrepreneurs and small business owners that come to my business and have an array of different challenges, pains, and struggles. And, you know, after we look at what it is that is the bottleneck or what it is that's the challenge, once we are able to overcome that and work around that, then we're able to get them out there in a bigger way so that they can attract the right people and garner more sales.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the big event you have coming up, the Trailblazer Business Summit on Saturday, April 24th. Talk about how that idea came about and what people can expect if they attend.
Yeah, well, the Trailblazer Business Summit is a one-day event where we basically get entrepreneurs together, myself and some of my business buddies, and we talk about the issues that entrepreneurs and small business owners care about in this day and age. And so it's an event to help trailblazing entrepreneurs accelerate their revenue and cash flow, as well as get better business results. And so in 2020, we found that we had to start pivoting our businesses. Well, in 2021, many people are still pivoting in their businesses. And so the theme of the 2021 Trailblazer Business Summit is Pivot, Plan, and Profit. And so if you've already pivoted, then you should be planning for bigger profits in 2021. If you haven't pivoted yet, then it's time to do that so you're not continuing to be behind the 8 ball. And so I've just invited some of my business colleagues to come and join me, some national speakers, international speakers, and they're going to talk about an array of subjects that any entrepreneur anywhere can join in because it's a virtual event.
And then it's a virtual event, and then it's open to anybody, right?
Absolutely. So we're going to be targeting, of course, entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, service-based or product-based business owners, small business owners. And just to be able to give you an idea, we have 9 speakers, and the social media panel we have is going to be focusing on not just social media, but traditional media. And so the name of that panel is Mindset, Media, and Money. And we're going to talk about how you have to master your mindset as an entrepreneur and or small business owner, especially if you're the person behind the brand. You have to master mindset and learn how to leverage media, as well as learn how to make your money work for you when you are an entrepreneur. So that panel is going to be featured with Nikki Woods, Tracy Walker, and Eric Swanson. And all 3 of them are media influencers online, and they've each been in some form of business for themselves or working in corporate for 20 years or more, each of them. And they are, influencers and leaders in their own right. And if I can just talk about the rest of the speakers, that would be great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the featured speaker is Kimberly Whitehead with Demand the Dream. She's going to talk about smart tech for entrepreneurs and give a little information about data privacy, because that is so important in this day and age. If you've ever wondered why and how these internet companies have so much information on you, how you need to protect your customers' on your website, how you need to protect yourself online. Kimberly is going to talk about all of that. And Kimberly is with demandthedream.com. Then we have Jen Hobby. She is a announcer with Star 94 Radio here in Atlanta. And she's going to talk about the importance of sharing your story and how to do that authentically online and offline. And then we have Shakia Kigler with GovLeave, and she's going to talk about getting certified so that you can learn how to work with government entities. And then we have Adam Torres. He is a national podcasting host, and he's going to talk about how to podcast for profits. And then we have Alistair Edwards, and he is a national trainer with Legal Shield, and he's going to talk about how to protect your business. And then we have a sponsor spotlight, Miss Nikki McCauley with State Farm Insurance, and she's going to talk about how to mitigate your risks and make sure that you protect your business in that way as well. And then finally, our last sponsor spotlight is Laurie Sosa with the Southern Barter Club. And she's going to talk to you about how you can utilize barter to save money in your business and save cash and barter. And then, of course, my phenomenal MC is Amanda Cooper with WVEE and WAOK radio. And so we've got a star-studded, influencer-packed roster at the Trailblazer Business Summit. And I'm so excited. We'll be just dropping knowledge and sharing information that will help entrepreneurs get better results in business, make more money, improve their connections, and it's going to be amazing. And tickets are on sale now on our website, which is www.qualitymediaconsultants.com on the events page.
And this summit isn't one of those kind of rah-rah, kind of superficial events. This is stuff that people are going to get actionable advice that they can use. They can ask questions directly to experts. This is something that is very practical and usable information, right?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that you want to always make sure that when you're attending a virtual event and you're paying to attend, are you going to have access to the speakers? Are you going to be able to ask questions? Are you going to be able to interact with people? And at the Trailblazer Business Summit 2021, that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get the opportunity to engage, to network, and to connect with other entrepreneurs as well as the speakers and myself. So it's a great opportunity no matter where you are in the world. It's online, so you can join in and connect with us.
And then there's still space available?
Absolutely. That's the wonderful thing about the internet. Space is always available.
And then one more time, the website?
Yes, you can go to qualitymediaconsultants.com/events.
All right. Well, Lori, thank you so much for sharing your story today. You're doing important work and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, Lee. You have a great day.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.
Today's episode of Atlanta Business Radio is brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com.